What's up, gamers? Alright, we are back with some Vampyr here. This will be part 12, I believe. And last time we were on our own here, roaming the West End of London. Checking out this new area, clearing it out. Leveling up, meeting new people, having conversations, all that kind of thing. $6,000 XP. Okay, we have a conversation with Dr. Swansea. We can go back and visit Lady Ashbury again. I want to inquire more about this issue with the hideout. Let me see. Okay, so took a brief look here. I do now know how to get in here. It's through the sewers to get the last thing here in the laboratory of the Brother of St. Paul's Stole, and then we can report back with the cure for blindness, as it is. So I guess we'll visit with Dr. Edgar Swansea real quick before we move on. That disappear.
Hello, Johnathan. Back from the city already? How is the situation over there?
Tense, to say the least.
I am sure every obstacle will cede to your relentless determination. In the meantime, can I be of any help?
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
A sad story, my dear friend. Tragic, in fact. The Brotherhood was betrayed by some of its most trusted members.
Tell me about the betrayal.
The founders of the Guard of Priwen stole precious and unique documents and reports from the Brotherhood's library when they left. They used them to identify and locate their next targets.
Why was it a tragedy?
Not only did the Guard of Priwen hunt down and kill most ancient vampires of England, they also destroyed or confiscated their possessions. Priceless knowledge was lost in just a few nights.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
Oh, the legendary founder of the Ascalon Club. I'm afraid I cannot help you with that, Johnathan.
So you do know him?
All the Brotherhood knows about him is highly confidential. He is dangerously intimate with the royal family and Britain's inner circles.
Are you afraid of him? Is he that dangerous?
No, but since most ancient vampires were killed or fled England during the Great Hunt of 1850, he may be the oldest British vampire. A myth in the flesh, so to speak.
Interesting.
Did you know that Lady Ashbury is an artist? And rather a good one.
Well, actually, yes. I attended an exhibition of her paintings before the war. Beautiful landscapes and stunning portraits. I wish I had purchased one.
Perhaps we could go to her next exhibition, you and I.
What a beautiful idea, Johnathan. Did you know she told me once she had been a model for famous painters? But she never told me which ones.
Yeah, she probably doesn't want you to find her nudes, bro.
Later. Thank you, Edgar.
we can loot her place. Yeah, they probably shouldn't let me just, like, freely walk around here, because, about to steal all her stuff.
It's locked.
Is it? Dracula, to the inspiring Lady Ashbury, there are darknesses in life, and there are lights, and you are one of the lights, the light of all lights. Bram Stoker, 4th of August, 1897. That's interesting. That's a fun little reference. I like that. Oh, she's just chilling in here, huh? Yeah, sorry if it's a little rude. I just let myself in. The Blood Night tragedy. Only a few of us remain after the shock of the Great Hunt. I was one of them. I remember how the sudden attack of the enemy caught us all by surprise. Blood was shed during those few nights. Some of us who survived chose to exile. I don't blame them, but I regret their lack of fortitude. For it is courage we need to protect the interests of the Empire. Courage we need to defend the values we stand for. May we all remember that William Marshall himself never lowered his head. My beloved Maker may be long gone now, but his presence is still among us. We keep a few drops of his sacred blood to remind us that we are and what we seek: honor, purity, and excellence. I had the privilege of speaking with the knight many times as his progeny and as his friend. He spoke to me of the tear of angels, the holy beverage supposed to appease the inextinguishable hunger we all feel, that he never ceased to search, even without knowing if such artifact exists. I admired his tenacity, and it is this tenacity, this indefectible belief in something bigger than us, that will make us survive any future great hunt launched by our enemies. Ascalon will be rebuilt always, for it is an ideal. From the Law of Ascalon, Lord Redgrave, founder. Alright, we're finding some of that. Ooh. Oh, you know who that looks like? You know what that looks like. Why am I blanking right now? Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh. Yeah. That's who that looks like. Alright, let me talk to her in a second. Just in case this conversation ushers me out of her house or something. I don't want to have to, like, come back in. Got codeine and opium. Dude, another piano? Personal diary. Oh, yeah. 9th of May, 1913. Tonight I went with Mother visiting the sick of the East End. It had been a long time since I went in this sad part of town. To see her talking and listening to those poor people moved me beyond words. She really tries to make a difference and really tries to help these men and women. She also killed one of them tonight. It happened so quickly I did not even notice she had vanished. But when she reappeared, she looked so much more alive, more vivid. I immediately knew what had just happened. She took a life and I saw nothing. We returned home without a word. If I ever become like her, I won't feed on the dying. I will kill the guilty and the brutes wherever they hide. Interesting. 13th of September 1914. This afternoon, two men tried to corner me in a back alley while I was campaigning for the women's right to vote. I called for help as loud as I could, like Mother told me. I don't know what would have happened if a soldier had not ordered them to leave me alone. He then walked me back home and tried to kiss me. I refused. He did not say a word and left. The whole story made me so sad. I was still crying when Mother woke up after the night had come. I told her the whole truth, and she held me against her chest. Then we went to the theater to see Doris Fletcher in her new play. I think I'm a little bit frustrated that Mother did not rush out to make them all pay. If I were a vampire, I would not be that merciful. Alright, this is some scary foreshadowing on Miss Ashbury's daughter here. 15th of September 1914. We had a terrible argument with Mother last night, and she refused once again to turn me into an immortal. Oh, wow. When I reminded her of what had happened to me in the street with those two men, and how things would have been different if I had been like her, or if they had carried weapons, she simply smiled and told me to be part of this world meant to be ready to face it. I'm not sure I understand what she means, but it drives me crazy. I left home in the middle of the night to see Emily at her house, and I spent the whole day there. Maybe it's time for me to leave Mother's house and live my life just like Emily. I love Mother so much, but it frustrates me so when she refuses to talk about my conversion. 17th of February 1915. Tonight, I'm as sad as I am excited, for I'm about to leave this house for good. Mother has agreed to let me have my own flat in the West End, as long as it's not too far from her house. I had to promise her I would be very careful, told her how much I love her, and she told me she was proud of me. I understood now that she only wants me to be as strong and independent as she is. I must admit I am very thankful for all she taught me through these years. She made me the woman I am today. Now it's time for me to choose where to go from here. Whatever I'm going to do with my life, it's up to me. All I know is this: if I ever choose to become an immortal, I will not involve my mother in my choice, for this is my life and I'm responsible for my actions. Okay, this is like literally sitting in her mom's study. Oh, dude, she's gonna turn. That's gonna be the big twist in the story. Daughter's gonna turn. We're gonna have to deal with it. It's gonna suck. Calling it. Calling it right now, gamers. Calling it right now. Hopefully Mother knows. The diary's right here.
Hello again, Johnathan. To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Sorry
Ooh,
to
she's
disturb
being
you
a
again,
little...
but could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Ooh, she's being a little sweet on me right now.
Concerning your investigation,
Yes?
are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Do you think we shall ever see better days? Or at least better nights?
I know not, Johnathan. I have seen some horrid days in my long lifetime. Experience has taught me that one cannot outrun the fates.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Ooh, you could say things are getting pretty serious right now. We're being really forward. Like, you don't just ask a woman to like travel the world with you. That's like really, like, there's not even was our sitting by the camp, not the campfire, by the fire earlier in the study, was that perhaps a date? Comment down below, let me know. That was in the previous video, in case you want to reference that. It was in part 10. 10? Yeah. Tell me your
Will
story.
you tell me your story one day?
Or 11. Was it
One
11?
of them, perhaps.
Maybe 11.
I have had so many lives, Johnathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
Wow.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days. But the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent, much like her mother.
I see. Okay, one second here. That was, just for reference, part 11. Yeah, was the last video. I'm doing so much content, it's very hard to keep up with how many numbers of certain content I've put out, etc.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Yeah, she's a little sweet. She's a little sweet on me. What's this dress, though? I feel like this is like an at-home type thing. But why the coat over it unless she were going out? Or unless that's like a way you like cover up so that you are acceptable with a male visitor in your house. Got some coffee, let me grab it. Actually, I should mention them off coffee right now. I'm trying tea, but I also have some decaf coffee I've been drinking, so I'm using up those, and I plan to experiment with some different flavors of tea. I've got vanilla chai, I've got some chamomile, I've got green tea with lemon, I've got the lemon ginger, which I probably only use when I'm sick. Got some echinacea. What's the other one? Got some peppermint tea, which is quite good.
It's locked, all right.
But that's... Oh, okay, that makes sense, yeah.
I cannot enter.
Got him!
It's locked, all right.
Damn it, I always forget that they're gonna blow up. Shillings. Would be a nice shortcut. Heck yeah. Good trigger part. Okay. Yeah, so I'm drinking decaf coffee now, just to kind of get rid of that. I've taken several breaks and such from coffee over the years. Sometimes I'll switch off, but I'm really enjoying this excursion into drinking different types of tea and kind of finding out what my flavor is. Same as I did with coffee, even though I stay kind of generic. I either do caramel mocha, as I like to say. And just standard, like, black Folgers coffee. Which is, like, the most medium, middle-of-the-road, like, default of all this type of stuff. It's kind of funny.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Good evening.
And goody.
Just want to see if there's...
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother, and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte, when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Pursue her fight against injustice when she becomes immortal. So could she be good?
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Oh!
Never. That would be betraying your mother's trust. She would never forgive us.
Yeah, plus
Sure.
she's
But look on the
She's my
bright
girl.
side. We would have eternity to reconcile.
That's
Or
weird.
An eternity to run away from your mother's mighty wrath. Quite a terrifying idea, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's wiser to let go of that part of the plan.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
All right, we're meant to go to the Ascalon Club, but I want to do a few things here. We might try to search for the second part of the Father's Testament, but I do want to do this for sure. So let's head. I guess we can just head east into Whitechapel here. Boo, 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 doo, doo, doo. Go through here.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
Maybe it's time to see if this Christine.
Cadigan Bates, dude. Come on, man. Don't be going after Christina, the prostitute. What a nice way to talk about a lady.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Wait, why am I... Yeah, I don't have the thing. It's the,
You're either brave.
Boy, I'm not focused right now.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Hope to have some blood here.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Okay, now we're full blood levels here. Yeah, I really want a better weapon than this, like, wooden bat club with nails in it. I'd love a sword and sort of a little bit of a... I would love if his mannerism was a little more suave when he's using the sword, you know? I think it'd be cool. Oh, what's up, guys? Fuck. Well, that's not good. if I take out this thing. Let's go in here. Ah, that's the way in. To this lab. Okay. Looks like it's a rat. Might be something more. Oh, those are rats outside. Okay. Oh, well. So the chemist has turned scowl. I mean, thankfully he's only 20. Like, None of my recent research concerning a possible cure for blindness have reached any successful state. I'm starting to worry since my vision has decreased more and more over the past months. I'm afraid I may go blind before finding any interesting lead. Maybe I should go back to the Brotherhood's library and ask our primate if he knows of any documents I should read first, but I fear he might refuse to answer me. Soon I will be forced to take my notes in Braille to be sure to read them if my condition worsens. Blessed be Usher Talltree, and may the sacred soul protect him for many years to come. I talked to him last night, and he kindly listed me 3 scrolls I should read. Good thing my Greek and Latin are not too rusty. I'm losing patience and time here. The precious texts listed by the primate have proved themselves almost totally useless. Alchemy and herbalist knowledge won't do me much good. For 3 days now, I'm totally blind. As soon as the evening comes, this can't happen. This won't be. So only as night comes? Is that what I'm hearing? Or reading? Terrible ideas come to my mind. What if I use the regenerative power of vampire blood? I'll go back to the Brotherhood's secret library tonight and search for such information material. With the influenza crisis, it should be easier to sneak in. I'm onto something. The eyes of the 2 last rats it blinded seem to have retrieved sight after I injected them with a drop of vampire blood. They clearly could avoid my knife when I tested them, and the eyes had grown back. Wow. But they died the next day. I must find a way to improve the recipe. I've been unable to find some more vampire blood. I think someone spotted my theft in the Brotherhood cabinet. When I asked Brother Swansea, who seemed to be working on some research concerning vampire blood addiction, he refused to give me some fresh material. I'm going blind. It drives me mad. Blessed be the soul. It seems the number of ghouls has suddenly increased in London. It will not be too difficult to capture one and perform some more precise experiments. I know exactly how to trap one in my laboratory. It works. Ghoul blood is less potent and permits a better dosage. Mixed with Usher Taltry's previous advice concerning alchemy and healing herb use, I shall be able to overcome fate tonight. I will inject the serum directly in my weakening eyes. I can see dried powder of ghoul's optic nerve plus essence of birchwood combined with equal parts of helichrysum, italicum, are the best mix. I should mention here, don't do any of this. There's a disclaimer before you play the game. That, you know, although these may be treatments and medical understandings from back then, you know, compared with today's modern medicine, these are not to be done, and no one is to be held liable should you try to do any of this. Please don't. When properly heated and used at the correct dilution, I will make a braille copy of my notes in case the cure is only temporary. I'll kill the ghoul I have kept for all this time and pursue my research further. The nasty ghoul has bitten me. His eyes I'd gouged for my experiments had regrown too. Of course they did. I'm so stupid. The beast had time to observe me and prepare its plan. It attacked me when I approached to destroy it. Then it stole my braille notes and fled. I should have seen it coming. I just can't die like this. No, I won't die. I'm going to turn soon. Then I'll start again from scratch. I overcame fate once. I'll do it again. Wow. That's... the Blood Goddess heresy. Great burden is a risk, always, for many enemies. This, we always must keep in mind as members of the Ascalon Club, but the worst enemy of all, the one we must always look for and crush down without mercy, is the inner enemy, traitors, okay? The enemy within the closed circle of our immortal community. Heresy is the name of this enemy. Heresy toward our beliefs, our goals, and our role. It has been more than a century now since the Druid Order appeared in the Empire. First, we thought they were just a minor blood cult destined to disappear quicker than it had risen up, but the seed was strong and the tree is blooming. What do they seek, these vampire traitors? To go back to some fantasy golden age of vampires? No. To worship some imaginary blood goddess who demand human sacrifice? Of course not. What they seek is power. What they seek is to challenge our authority as the supreme shadow cabinet destined to rule the Empire's destiny. Look at what they claim to accept and welcome any Skal who embraces their faith and belief to openly hunt and kill mortals, for they are just prey for their legitimate appetite. To install new religion supposed to regulate every aspect of a mortal life. No, my dear companions, the Blood Goddess heresy is not about wearing white togas or dancing naked under the moon in stone circles. It is not about going back to the forgotten roots of our species. It is about undermining the pillars of civilization as we know it. We are Ascalon. We are the guides of mortals through ages to a better future. We may lie to them, but we care and protect them from all enemies, and this Druid Order is one of them, from the Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, the founder. Okay, so I kind of like this idea of, like, these vampires of the Ascalon Club. I could be wrong here. But what they're stating here is, like, they're here to, like, help humanity. Maybe they're also feeding on the worst of humans, or humans are dying. Maybe there's some sort of ethical thing here. Maybe they're not just killing mercilessly to feed. Although some might do that regardless. That's interesting. So they're looking at themselves as guardians. Large box of pills. Okay, we found a lot of lore here, too. Okay, and now finally we can open this door here. So the difference here could be...
It's locked. This is despicable.
Oh, I can use his workbench here. I don't think we're ever gonna run out of resources at this point. I just want to open that door in case I need to get in from street level, but I doubt. Oh, wait. Just missed that. Door's been unlocked. Nice. I mean, even though the hideout's up here, and that's obviously more convenient. I'm gonna give it to him. I want to see what happens. Like, what happened to that guy was he obviously had a scowl and was not cautious, and he was hiding this research. Whereas, if I was on guard, or if this guy's more cautious, or does a better job overall, there won't be an issue here.
It's locked, all right.
And if he dies, is it my fault? Like, you know? Okay, and here's the other thing. Okay, I could say it while playing, obviously. Uh-oh. We already know that he's a liar. Both him and his sister are making this fake concoction that they sell with the intention of, like, deceiving people. Like, you know, hey, this is a cure for whatever, when it's actually not. So, I feel like that cruel and evil, like, deception here. It'd just be karma. if this came around and got him. And if I had to dispatch him, then fine. But I feel like embracing him would be justified. But I feel like you'd have to go after his sister too, because she's equally complicit. But she's also a retailer, and also seems like, despite doing this horrible thing, outside of that, she seems like an okay person, or like a nice person. So I don't know. So are they both equally are they to be judged equally for the
Good
same
evening,
crime?
Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in.
Yeah, I got your cure right here,
Pays
bro.
visits to people at this late hour. What can I do for you?
I have found the secret laboratory, and I have the formula.
And the author of the diary, did you meet him?
Yes. He was badly disfigured. Nothing more than a beast. And I cannot guarantee it wasn't connected to his experiments.
I don't care. Give me the formula, Doctor.
Here it is. But please, be very careful. You're entering uncharted territories here.
This is what science has always been about, Dr. Reed. Thank you so much.
I can't say it's been a pleasure, but we're both scientists, and I am grateful you asked me to undertake this search for you.
I have something for you, then. It is the most precious thing I have to give. Even more important than the Swanborough secret recipe.
There is really no need for payment.
Please have it, Dr. Reed. I insist. I'm sure you'll find it more useful than I would.
Salicin ×3. That's it? What is that? I've embraced the hell out of you right now.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough.
If I
Wandering
leave.
in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
He's gonna turn in the next night or cycle or whatever. Will this show up on the map? I doubt it. I'm either gonna have to look that up or I'm gonna have to just encounter it. Find the second part of your father's testament. Yeah, I knew it was in this park here. Alright, let's do that next. Why not? Ooh, no, baby, please don't go. Bum, 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 bum.
Pay me in glass of alcohol.
Game you pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my call, Baron.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure.
Oh, okay. I thought
Rooms are soaked with glue.
Thought I'd never been here before.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look.
It's really cool how little transitions there are from like open world to indoor location Sometimes there's a load screen, sometimes there's not. 23, 24. Come at me, bruh. Cigarette case and a ring. Cigarette case and a ring. Keep out.
I cannot enter.
That's that part of the West End that we're not allowed in yet. Oh, who's this? No, you're done. Okay. Feel like we've done a good job here today.
Cordial can be the answer to all your problems. Good evening.
Okay, so we know
When people buy
all we can
Goodbye, Miss Swan.
about her. I like her style. I like her hair. I mean, she may be a bad person, but like, you know, kind of stylish here. Is she really helping if she believes she's helping, but is doing something wrong in selling her fake, like, snake oil stuff? Is she really helping? If she comes and attacks me... She was actually easy to kill. I was really nervous. Is there a werewolf beast? There was. Yeah, this is the outside of Johnathan Reed's home.
Mary? Oh, my dear daughter.
Dude, she's like talking to people that aren't there. So she might have dementia or something too.
Reed worries me, Mr. Johnathan. She sometimes...
It's your one job, dude, is just to like prevent her from sleepwalking all over town and getting bit by a vampire or something. Literally all we're asking you to do at this point. Okay, that was better. Not so bad. Dude, who leaves a book on the edge of a water fountain? Why you do this? It's gonna get moist just by being there. This is... Aubrey Reed's second letter, Reed Mansion, 4th of April, 1908. My dear son, this is my second letter for you. If you find this one, it means you have probably shown the first part to your sister Mary and my dear Emmeline. I think it's a good thing you don't keep to yourself what you discover, but I leave that for you to decide. Do you remember our long walks in this park? Your mother taught you your alphabet under these trees. I hid so many wonderful treasures for you and Mary in this park. You were both so clever, so brilliant. I've always known you'd both become great people. I've always been proud of you. I was never able to conceal my pride when I was asked what you wanted to be. He'll be whatever he wants. Your mother was convinced you would be a great artist like her. You always liked to read and write. I still keep your very first poem, like I keep Mary's first drawing. When you chose to follow medical studies, your mother was sagacious enough to cover her trepidations and her worries. Me, I was happy you did not become a dull banker like me. When you told us you wanted to pursue a career in medicine, did they mean career? To improve life for all without consideration of wealth, I knew we, as your parents, had taught you the most important lesson of all, to respect each and every soul for what they are, not what they have. If you want to know more, all you have to do is remember which hospital you chose to apply for your first internship. I am as ever your loving father, Aubrey Reed.
I had almost forgotten I applied for a position at Pembroke. That was so long ago.
Oh, so we gotta check out Pembroke for the third letter, huh? Okay, alright. Alright, interested here. Oh, we got an Ekon over there. Steady blood sample. Ooh, that's gonna be for something. Shillings. Dude, he's a freaking 30. I'm gonna go in with the gun.
You Londoners are not. You cannot win this. Don't you know better? Gotcha.
Fuck.
You're mine. Your prey is mine. You're bleeding. Stupid newborn.
Yes, got him cornered. Kind of hoping I'd get a sword or something off of him. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. $69, $65. Nice. How many gunshots to it? One? One bullet? One shell? That's a lot of blood.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Ooh. I was like, why would they make this? Why would... Yes! New hideout. Tons of loot. 630, 630 blood used to create regeneration serums. Alright, this has got to be like... Yes, next tier, like, regenerating health points. Okay, okay, this isn't crazy. Let's do that. Let's have that ready, just in case. Oh, so this is even higher than the first balcony. Interesting. Hell yeah, dude. Alright. I'm legit scared of this, dude. As have I been there? Yeah, that's that construction site we were in previous. 29. Fuck, I forgot again. Why do I do this? Can I open this? What? All right, that was super risky. Super risky. All right, this dude better have like a secret diary entry or something. Okay, he had 2 shotgun shells. That's almost as good. I'm feeling pretty tough for a level 24. I'm feeling pretty good. I've cleared out this whole park like it's, you know. Not. Weren't there some rats? Say there were some rats back here just to be. Yeah, let's feast.
This is despicable.
Let's feast. Let's feast.
I can't believe I'm doing this. This is despicable.
Should increase that blood capacity. So we're at 7,000 XP now. Let me walk this side here, just make sure of, because I know I was scared of coming up to this more natural area like that. Seems to be the place where the creatures hide. But yeah, so I was a little more wary of that. Okay, so are we ready to? No, we wanna let's go to Pembroke. We might be able to wrap up this quest, or at least get somewhere meaningful before we visit the Ascalon Club here. Should have just cut through that door right there. So yeah, part 3 of 4 of Father's Testament. Go down here. This seemed to be quicker than weaving through the streets here. Third part of your father's testament. I feel like it's going to be inside. Be a little silly if they be like in a file room. Prevent disease.
It's locked.
Hospital is like really large to
Yes, but
yeah, see, I can't even inquire. Not the internship.
It's locked, all right. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
I might have to look this up if I'm not able to find it with a reasonable search here of the hospital. Hmm. Like all the way into damage here. Oh, here. There it is. 4th of April, 1908. My dearest child, this is my last letter for you. I chose to hide it in the Pembroke Hospital. Do you remember how disappointed you were when your application was rejected? I had never seen you so upset. For days, you did not say a word. This was the first time I realized the darkness you had in you, my son. A black stone embedded in your heart, hidden all which I sometimes saw in your sister too. I feared for you both, for I perfectly knew what it meant to feel this gloomy mood, the dark side of the reeds, the reason why I must go, now that I know I'm condemned. I'm sick, my son. The diagnosis is irrevocable and death will soon come. I refuse to be seen like this by those I love. This is my fault and my decision. You're so far away now, learning with this Dr. Carroll in Paris to transfuse blood to save patients, already thinking about how to improve the method you've helped to create. I'm so proud of you, my son, but you can't save me. I won't be Aubrey Reed, the dying banker surrounded by his friends and family, unable to leave his bed. I won't stand it. I don't accept it, so I left. Just like you left us to become the great surgeon you are destined to be, the great surgeon I never want to see next to me, looking at me, knowing I will die soon. Keep on studying, my son. Become whoever you're destined to be, and do it for yourself, not for your old father who loves you. I've taken all the necessary measures to protect you, my family, of any dangers to come. I want you all to remember me as I was, not as I'm about to be. I leave, for I love you, my pearls and jewels. I do it because I leave this dark mood in me I hid from everyone as long as I could. In a few days, I'll go where I stood when you left us for France. I'll leave a last gift for you. There I'll vanish, never to come back. Farewell, Johnathan. I wish you to be as happy as I've been with you all these years. Kiss my Mary and my Emmeline for me. Take care of them. Farewell, my dear boy. Believe me ever, my dearest John, your devoted father, Aubrey Reed.
Southwark. My departure for France as a promising student. My return as a brilliant surgeon. About to be killed. Transformed.
That's right there. I think we gotta do it. I think we gotta do it. I want to see this quest through. after this, we will 100% do the Ascalon Club thing and probably level up sometime near the end of this. Okay, so... Ugh. I do wish there was a fast travel, even just between hideouts or something. It's very rare that I request this feature, and I usually recommend that you roam games to explore the world, uncover quests and hidden secrets and stuff. But like now I've cleared everything for tonight. So it's like there's not going to be many more fights except for in a few areas I might not have roamed yet. So like I don't mind roaming when I'm like doing quests and stuff, but like now it's just, this is just going to be like pointless walking here. And this game is already, I'm already making this game longer than it should be. By just the way I play. Just how I get stuck on side quests. I do like menial things I want to explore. It's like all sorts of stuff like that where it just extends the game. Like I can turn a 40-hour game into an 80-hour game easily. That's not a talent. Let's see. I think through this gate there was a... Yeah. Is this? I don't think it would be in this building. Wait, what? The pocket watch in the safe? That was it? Open your father's safe. Nah, I need more closure than this. I need like another letter or something. I think we're gonna learn he was a vamp. We went through this location early in the game. That's crazy. 1 second here. Okay. Present yourself at the Ascalon Club. I don't know why he keeps pulling out his weapon.
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah.
Aren't you worried about...
I've heard armed men have started patrolling the city.
Why can't I figure out... Okay, hang on. Seymour Fishburne. Alright, let me try something here.
Did you... I take no pleasure.
Like resist your rage. I think we already did that. Like, why is your mother protecting you?
Why it...
I'm a son.
I understand.
Do you think my mum...
I understand your mum.
It might be my mum's wish that I...
Goodbye, Mr.
I want to figure out...
It's locked.
See, that's the pile of bodies of all the people he's murdered. We found the necklace. Where did Seymour go? Let me see here. House and go inside. Seymour is jealous of Rufus Kingsbury. We don't know that.
It's all of them. Maggots and liars.
Let's follow him for a moment.
I can feel it coming in my bones. A hatred. A wave of bitter death to drown and purge our city in wrath. I can feel it coming in my bones. A hatred. A wave of bitter death to drown and purge our city in wrath. I can feel it coming in my bones. A hatred. A wave of bitter death to drown and purge our city in wrath. To every night a darkness, and every dawn another death.
He doesn't go within a reasonable amount of time. We'll move on. Okay, he is walking towards their house.
Stupid brat is gone. Good. I was tired of the maggot always hanging around our house anyway.
My God, Seymour. Have you hurt the boy?
Of course not. Why do you care so much about that cockroach? Do I need to talk to rats to get some attention too?
Don't be so childish. You know I love you, Seymour.
But you worry more about that stupid maggot.
Don't speak about him that way. Rufus has always been the kindest boy.
Yeah? Unlike your real son, right?
Better pick that up. Mm-hmm. Ooh, it's embrace o'clock, baby. Gotta embrace. Bada. Yeah. Okay, what's bad about Mom? refuses to denounce him. Able to Alright, so maybe she's innocent. I mean, she's covering for her son, but like, what good mother wouldn't? But this
Good evening,
dude?
Mr. Fishman.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You. Okay, no one's watching. Take you. Ooh, this is a long time coming.
You tricked me good, Doctor. Tell me, who will take the blame for your murders now that I'm dead?
I'm a righteous killer. So. Don't be mad. Try to spin it on me. Rufus.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
We know anything about him?
Rufus, tell me what you really think about Seymour Fishburne.
Seymour, he just scares me. A lot. Actually, he scares many people round here, even big fellows.
You mean his brutality is infamous? Even in this shady part of town. That's impressive.
Impressive.
Yes, sir. How someone like that can be related to Mrs. Fishburne, well, it beggars belief.
Are you jealous?
The patience of a mother for her child knows no limits. None of us would be here otherwise.
You're right. And I certainly didn't mean any disrespect to the woman who takes such good care of me.
Oh, yeah?
So long, Ru.
Let's talk to old Stella. Alright, we're at
Good
10,
evening, Mrs.
10k.
Fishburne.
Of course.
We're at 10k now, so that's good. There'll be a couple level ups.
What
I
can
hope.
I do for...
Your life in London, blah blah blah, personal questions. I think we'll be able to learn more.
Goodbye,
I was kind of hoping we would.
It's locked, all right.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people.
Does this
most.
dude live with his mom? Pretty sure he did. Right? Well, maybe not. So whatever that key is. Right, where would that trunk be? I think he lives with his mom. Unless he just has like a storage trunk just like somewhere. Oh, it's in his little lair down here. Duh. Duh. Cigarette case and a gold watch, that's it. Nice bracelet and a wedding ring. Is there anyone else I've dreamt of killing? Probably these two. Booth Digby. Booth Digby. Which clue are we looking for? Booth and Edwina clocks. That's the. Let's see. Recently killed a man in retaliation. Booth may be in love with Edwina Cox. Booth believes in supernatural creatures and events. Inside a building by a dock northeast of Turquoise Turtle. Search the safe in the desk to find a cover letter that will give us that last clue. And we already know a lot about Edwina, so... Alright. Hang on. The turtle. Turquoise Turtle. North... East.
It's been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
Hello. Northeast. I feel like this is northeast. This safe? It would be titled as a cover letter. There it is. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I never read it! Booth has already tried to find a job so he could quit the Wet Boot Boys. Okay, hang on. Let's actually read it properly. I thought we might have read it before and I just needed to tab over it or something. Okay. Hello, Frank. How are you? My old friend. It was good to see you last week. Next time, let me get the rounds in. I hope everything is okay on your side of town. Here in the old neighborhood, the situation's getting worse. Clay is getting more violent every day. Glad I've embraced Clay already. And is only thinking about expansion, even when it seems there are some new players around trying to dispute our territory. The Wet Boot Boys are in a bad spot, I'm afraid. So I thought about what you said last time we met, that you never regretted leaving the gang, that the only thing you regret is never being able to put foot in the East End again to avoid a good beating or worse. Well, rest assured you'd have my protection if you decide to pass by, and maybe we could talk again about new opportunities and job offer. You know, I've always been good with numbers, so maybe if you need an accountant in your company, let's talk about that, shall we? Say hello to your wife for me. Wet Boot Boys for life, old chap. Okay, and what I'm reading here is he had tried to find a job here. And this letter was stowed in the safe, which probably doesn't bode well. Probably doesn't mean anything good. Alright.
You again.
Booth.
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea.
Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know.
Wet boys? No, don't call it that. Don't ever say that again. So I can't embrace him because my level's too low.
Goodbye.
What if I go for the girl? Eh? We know she's trash too. We know she's probably worse than
Hello
he
again,
is.
Dr. Reed.
Personal question. There's really nothing. Oh, we can't go for her either. She's 5.
Can I see?
As long as you.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Buying. Selling. I don't see the reason to sell this. Dude, why would you sell your dad's watch? Messed up. Only stolen by Seymour Fishburne. Gerald Tree. Temples, ingredients, weapon. Ooh, okay, so there are some good things to buy here.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parks would be running completely amok.
Okay. Is there anyone else I wanted to look at? Just curiosity here. Enid. Martin. Archer. Oh, Mots. Enid. Why is she marked so low? Martin. Let's look into this. I'm getting distracted here, but sometimes confused by... Okay, so which hint are we looking for here? Let me click on him. Martin is exploited. Oh, we don't have that clue. Martin chose to be a lousy merchant. Okay. That's, okay. Okay. So, this kid. Is he... I want to say they were over on the other side of the docks. Over there in the west. Let's try to head that way real quick. I'm so easily distracted. Look how I've just like made a quest out of nothing. I'm like, let's find the hints and clues on characters we haven't seen or done anything with. Oh, I've gone to the north docks. Didn't want to go. I assume there's a way to probably... Let's just go a long way. I don't want to go through this area. I have to like fight a bunch of people. Okay, so if we follow him, we'll actually gain the next clue here. So let's do that. Oh, and Enid lives right there, so it'll be like real obvious when he chooses to go in there.
I'm sorry to say, but you haven't yet paid me for the clock I brought you last time.
The clock? Oh, yes. I found a broken clock in the living room and I couldn't remember where it came from.
You broke it? Ah, that is unfortunate. It was such a beautiful piece of work.
Really? Oh, I'm so clumsy these days. I'm so sorry. How much was it?
This'll be enough. I can't make you pay the whole price if it's broken.
That's so kind of you. I'm going to make some tea now.
It will be enough until the next time you forget it, you old bat.
Whoa! Whoa! Ian's weak memory has been exploited by Martin Nightingale. Martin has exploited Enid Gillingham's weak memory. Wow. Alright, let's talk to Scumbag Jr. here.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reed.
It's time to confess, Martin. You've exploited Miss Gillingham's weakness to your own advantage, have you not?
All I've done is smile at her and be kind to her. I've done no other harm than giving her what she needed. This is no crime.
You really are convinced you did nothing wrong? Young man, you are a fascinating case of shameless selfishness.
You can blame my folks for that. They taught me never to expect nothing from anyone except lies.
So it's bad parenting then? How convenient. Where are your parents?
6 feet under, I suppose. When the flu had weakened my father enough for him to be too weak to punch me, I figured it was time to run away.
Whoa! Whoa! Martin abandoned his sick parents after they became infected by the epidemic. Enid. Just want to see what her clues are.
Is that why you let them die of the flu? Because your father was beating you?
When the epidemic started, last summer, I begged them to leave town. Neighbors were dying, houses were looted, but they chose to stay.
Do you have any regrets about what happened?
I haven't got regrets, but sometimes I'd like to make sure they're gone. Dead for good. Like, it helps me sleep.
That's messed up on a lot of levels.
Show me what you have to...
What do you have? Probably offered to Sean Hampton. Music box containing a folded letter. Let's see. My dear Jack, I write this letter as long as I have the strength and the will. Not that I have something to hide or fear, except perhaps to forget what I want to tell you. I always knew you would become someone important, someone good and nice. I knew it since you were a child. when you preferred to read books rather than going to play outside. I knew it when you helped me carry groceries before you went to school and clean the house after you came back. I'm proud of you, my son, not only because I'm your mother, but also because you deal so well with everything around you. So I have recently become such a burden to you. Never forget I love you. I hope you never forget you love me, Enid. Nah, dude. You're going down.
Please, sir. Come and have a
Of course.
But I don't know, I might have all the intel on her.
So, Dr. Tippets, what brings you back here?
Life in London, personal questions.
Tell me, Enid, why do you feel guilty about your son?
I know I'm a burden to my Jack. I know my mind and my thoughts are drifting away. I'm so sorry. I can't help it.
This is not your doing, Miss Gillingham. You do not have to apologize for your condition.
Of course I don't, Doctor. I've done nothing wrong, I swear it. What exactly are we talking about here?
Enid, listen to me. You must not trust Martin Nightingale. Do you understand?
Martin reminds me so much of my Jack. I've not seen him here in quite some time.
Martin is not your son, Miss Gillingham. He's taking advantage of you.
No, Martin is not my son. My son's name is Jack. He always takes such good care of me. Who is this Martin you speak of?
Please listen. Martin is a young man who extorts money from you. Because of your vulnerability, miss.
What are you attempting, Dr. Tippets? If this is some kind of new experimental procedure, well, I do not like it one bit.
Goodbye, miss.
Her mind is so weak. She could be easily mesmerized.
Please. Good evening, young man.
There's no need.
About to eliminate all her problems. Just gonna take you in here. Scumbag!
I was just pretending. I caused no harm. I could have taken good care of that old lady.
But you didn't! There's a difference! You chose one way. Jesus, who... that? Let's go. Whatever. Consequences. Consequences. Okay. Rodney. Raider. Let's do that. We'll go after. I just want to know more about him. Alright. I kind of read up on what's going on here. Rodney's crime. Where do you find him now that he's... Sorry, this game's a pain to like alt tab out of. Returns to the docks. Okay. Well, let's see if we can find him. No. Am I struggling to find... Yeah, there's Throgmorton.
I can't protect the whole city.
Good evening.
Doctor...
Are you what?
It seems the Guard of Priwen has declared war on vampires. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, though.
Really? I thought you'd be thrilled by this news.
The Guard can be reckless. They rush into a fight without thinking. The citizens of London should not be the collateral victims.
Goodbye.
I can't protect the whole
city. It's hard enough to govern the docks by myself. So...
So I think I have to sleep before Rodney will return. Okay, so Rufus Kings. I doubt we're gonna find reason to kill this dude, but so Fishburne is a mother. Keep an eye on Rufus. He'll wander into a house. All right.
Much noise. A vampire kills in utter silence.
Ooh.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parks will be running completely amok.
A lot of eavesdropping here.
Am I really cursed? It explains so much.
It's locked, all right.
Don't you think Miss Fishburne is nice to us?
Oh.
But I always have the feeling she's hiding something. For now, you're still the only real friend I have, Jack.
Oh. Oh. Oh, his soul friend is a rat. Oh, man.
I cannot enter.
I feel bad about that. Can I enter people's houses? No. Invisible wall.
Evening.
Evening, Miss...
How come you consider it your only friend?
I found Jack when he was a baby, alone amongst dead rats. Poison, probably. He was the weakest, but he survived. Just like me with my parents.
Like you and your parents?
When I was 8, my parents died in a car accident. Rumour says I didn't get a scratch.
How have you survived? Did anybody take care of you?
I don't have any family left, really. Except for the good Mrs. Fishburne. She's like my family now.
You don't remember the accident?
No. I was little back then. It's been a blurry mess and very quiet in my head ever since.
Wow.
So long, Rufus.
Tom Watts. Let's... Tom Watts. I am so distracted. Yes. Tom. I've been in jail for attempted murder. Tom. Eavesdropping. We gotta eavesdrop. Tom and Sabrina. A wee bit. So boy.
Poor Jack. He didn't deserve this.
It's locked, all right.
I should have offered a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just another lost orphan.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
So few clients. What with the epidemic, no one dares go outside.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
You know, it would be nice to see each other outside the pub sometime.
This situation won't last forever. After, we'll have plenty of time to plan the future.
Good thing we haven't seen Seymour for a while. Even Dyson has stopped coming in every night.
Because they're dead.
Pubs become right peaceful, don't you think?
Dyson was a werewolf. Seymour was a murder.
I cannot enter.
Don't forget to count each bullet you fire.
You told me that already.
Nice shot. You learn quickly. Pointing an empty gun could be a fatal mistake.
It's easier when I picture the bastard's face.
Tom taught Sabrina how to use a gun to protect herself. Sabrina's taught by Tom Watts how to use a gun to protect herself. So we're missing a hint for Sabrina. For Tom. Okay, so does this actually... Bishop used to be good friends. Done that. Sabrina. Sabrina hides her true feelings. Sabrina. Let's look at Sabrina. Taught by Tom Watts how to use a gun. Hides her true feelings. Believes the docks are dangerous and feels unsafe there. So last hint, I just have to talk to her. It appears.
You still working at this hour?
Tell me, Sabrina, do you really believe Tom has renounced his life of crime?
He proves it to me every day he tells the truth. Tom Watts is a good man. One of the best.
And you don't think he might fall back into his sordid ways?
We can all do terrible things, Dr. Reed. And we never know what we're really capable of until it's too late.
Yeah.
I know you've been learning to use a gun, Sabrina. What are you up to?
I just want to feel safe when I go home at night.
I understand. Everyone has the right to defend themselves.
Yeah. Especially when there's no justice around.
Fuck! I picked the wrong hint. So she was assaulted by a client once. I'm not even planning on feeding on her. So it's okay. So she was assaulted, and she obviously wants like vengeance or just like in general to feel safe and protected. Okay, so let's go to the Ascalon thing. Emily. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-dee-da-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's go north. Oh, dude, she never sees me. Booth wants some of that Edwina Cox. What's that? Ooh. Alright, she. Can I... No? Teleport over there. Can I... Nope. Nope. Thank you. Why this is so difficult? I promised we were going to do this before the end of the video, so, yeah. Here we are. $13K. Can't go that way. No, it's more direct. Here we go.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Johnathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Really, guys? Like, we can't clean it up a bit here? Like, it looks like an after party.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
There has been quite a battle here.
Yeah, what's going on here, boys?
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
It's locked, all right.
History and purpose of the Ascalon Club is an association of showmen secretly aiming for the protection of the Crown's interests. Founded in 1837 to honor and perpetuate the legacy of my maker, William Marshall, the first Earl of Pembroke, and the true protector of England. All the members of the club must be of good extraction and flawless moral fiber. Since the club accepts mortal members who will be duly observed and valued as proper candidates for immortality, the goal of the club is to impose respectable traditions and behaviors amongst the good vampire society, but also to promote and expand the imperial hegemony of England. We are the true elite of British society. We are Ascalon, the holy lance held by St. George's, protector of England. When the saints slew the dragon as lance bearers ourselves, we vow to defend the Empire's interests. Okay. Oh, dude, you got blood all over. Dude, come on. You know how expensive these rugs are? You don't get these clean, dude. You have to replace them. Uh-oh. And to leave. Can't believe I told that girl guns are... Or what did I say? I said I understand. I should have said guns are dangerous, or... You never tell a woman to relax, but that was the other option. I was like, no, that's not gonna go over well. Calm down, woman! Nope, that's not gonna work. That's a negative from me. I'm not claiming to be all wise, but I think I know of very few things. The few things you don't do. Just a few. Not gonna help your case, even if you mean well. And these are the old vamps, huh? Got all these lords. Ooh! Good dagger. No, I don't want freaking daggers.
It's locked.
I want a real sword, my man. Lord Sheffield. Shillings. Ooh, look at this bar. What's that? Key to the Ascalon Club's basement. We're not supposed to have that, I think. But I don't care. Sup, guys?
Good evening.
Are those glasses of blood?
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss.
Be the maker.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
He has a similar facial structure
At last we meet.
to the red creature.
I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She has proved to be helpful on many occasions.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me.
Oh my god.
When it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Guard of Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon.
I'm familiar with St.
Like
George,
that
yeah.
lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country.
Okay, better not do something weird.
My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood.
Oh, I knew it. You're gonna do something
It is
weird.
time to sign the Book of Allegiance.
Okay.
I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Do you have to break yourself? Oh, that's... Ah. No. Woo. Oh, gross.
Delightful.
That's...
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
I guess.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign Ekons.
This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders
That
down.
went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swans on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod, all muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed, ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Do you know Edgar Swans?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scals in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scals.
I have met peaceful and wise Scals. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city.
Ooh, mesmerized level.
Skulls have been spotted everywhere in London. We are losing this fight.
How is your...
I have a...
All right, but...
What can you tell me about...
It's a major concern. And I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion by putting an end to the epidemic.
I have already met Geoffrey McCullum. I am certain he will persist until he has killed every last vampire.
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Skulls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Skulls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have put the epidemic behind us, we need only wait until the Guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
What about the risk of a full-scale attack here? Geoffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending it.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall during my initiation ceremony. Why was that?
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings, and was a living example of probity for all. And he was my maker.
William Marshall was a vampire? Is this some sort of joke? Wait. Could he be my maker?
That would be joyful news, for it would mean he still walks among us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for good.
Why is his blood so sacred to the Ascalon Club?
He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
May I ask you about the mortal who attended my initiation? Mr. Aloysius Dawson.
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
So he really is a member then?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially to your enemies.
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. We do not grant access to the unworthy.
Okay. All right, dude.
Goodbye, Lord.
Godspeed, Dr. Reed.
I mean, don't be angry.
I was chased by a gigantic Valcod 2 nights ago.
Do I have to worry about these people? This must be the human.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece, figuratively?
I feel perfectly fine. Do I have cause for concern?
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Weird.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give...
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
You're famous. He has 2 hints. Yeah, and I feel like killing this dude would be like big sin in the club, at least.
Of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know?
I should not say this.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall.
Wall all the rich people in.
Unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
But that would segregate the rich from the poor, would it not? It would be unjust.
Our only course of action must be to save England. And to save England, we have to make sacrifices.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
The mess inside the club since we were attacked.
I must admit the Guard of Prewen impressed me.
Of the recreational use of blood, As Ascalon members, we always tend to respect etiquette. We are in all ways members of a good society, sometimes recognized as public figures. We do not find our delight in orgies and bloodbath like our adversaries assert we do. And if one of us were caught in such caricatured and immoral act, he would receive the appropriate opprobrium. But what about the blood? What about its recreational use? How could we deny the ecstasy the vermilion ambrosia brings us? And with what else could we toast with, as any good fraternity should? To answer this delicate question, the law of conduct inside the club goes as follow: as long as the original mortal vessel is not brought inside our walls, each member is allowed to drink whatever he wants for his own usage or to share it with friends. Drink what you want. So BYOB, I guess. Bring your own blood. Deal with the way you want with the original vessel, but never inside the club unless I personally authorize it on some special occasion, of course. I see. Really not much down here, but I imagine this is where they're gonna like bring victims to like torture them, interrogate. So we're at 14:09.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
As the locals, Dr. Swansea. Chapter 4. Vampire walkthrough. Let me just reference some things here. Chapter 4. What? 3. Oh, nobody's posted about that. Oh, Aloysius here is the pillar of the community, huh? So none of the vamps we met are relevant. 7 humans left.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire. Good evening.
And good evening.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. no answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been...
Reach. Hmm.
Don't let any strangers come into your house.
Dude just knocking on people's doors. A little rude. Let's see.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
Shit. High level goons out here now.
It's one of them!
Oh, I dodged right into it.
I cannot enter. I can't believe I'm doing this. This woman's body has multiple lacerations. They're deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage.
Silver mirror? Thick, rich blood sample. I think we might find something. Something useful.
He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture.
Indeed.
This one's neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
God.
You thought I was dead too, didn't
Elsa Mulaney.
No, I was just pretending.
Ugh.
Doris told me I could have been a great actress.
You killed your family.
They mocked my talent.
Oh. Oh shit. All right. That didn't shit. Get her! You're done.
I've never seen such a radical mutation. Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution?
Definitely something. Fletcher Acting School, greatest joy, I confirm with this letter your acceptance, private student in my acting school, little scene. You had the kindness to perform for me last week, convinced me you have what it takes to be a real actress, wit, stature, and courage. As a private student, you will receive personal training and coaching. During these intense sessions, you'll be invited to stay at the school. Strongly believe in total immersion to expose the full potential of my students, so please remember to bring night attire and anything you may need to spend a week at my school, Doris Fletcher.
So, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
Sounds like we have a lead.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
Goodbye, Mr. Russell. I'm sure you'll take care of yourself.
Is that also... no, that's not the same place. But we can check it out.
Good evening.
What?
I'm investigating...
Infection is everywhere these days.
Yes? What about the
Not enough noise for a big family with...
You need some rest.
So it seems like this is for sure the location. Oh, nope.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
I still wasn't far enough away. Enter at your own risk. Yeah, that's the very door we're looking for. There we go. Remarkable pump action shotgun. So this says 352. So I need 3 more good trigger parts. Probably buy those somewhere. You got some scowls arguing. Fuck. Fucking disaster. Oh, I forgot about her. Forgot about that explosion upon death. Give me those good trigger parts. Yeah. Good handle. Dirty old hag. Dead now. Thank you for the precious perfume for a coat. I can't wait to feel your hands on my shivering skin. Only you, my hero, can make me feel that desire. Please come back to me soon. I'm dying to press my timid bosom to your chest again. Oh my gosh. Yes, my beloved, my precious, come back to me. Promise you and I have eternal and unbridled passion. Right now I'm wearing nothing but your last gifts. Oh yes, I'm burning for you. And I can't wait for you to share my untamable lust. Alright, that...
So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
Ooh. You done messed up. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Doris Fletcher seems to be the missing link here. It can't just be a coincidence. I should go to her acting school.
Mm-mm. Okay, I've got Lady Ashbury and other good friend to speak with. Alright, I believe we're going to wrap it up right here. Go ahead and do just that. Thank you for watching. We will catch you in the next video of Vampyr. Take care.